You're watching The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Thanks for tuning into The Experience. Help us out and hit subscribe over on YouTube and click the bell when you do. Need some help? Scan the QR code in the bottom corner.
What's up? There he is.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, my man? Well, yeah. All right. So, shout outs to Preston, Marcus, Ron, Jeff Wedding.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, guys? Preston, Amy got your email. I believe she emailed you back. We'll straighten that out. I don't know what happened there. We've been doing a lot of shows the last couple of weeks, so we may have made an error, but we'll work it out, buddy. And Weird, what's going on, buddy? All right, so it is the day before Thanksgiving. So is this well, wait, when did you move? You moved
it was December. Yeah, it was right before Christmas.
All right, so this will be you and your family for the first time in a while, or I take it, or
I think this might be my first Thanksgiving here in like 5 years.
Wow,
5 or 6 years now.
Are your parents hosting, or
no? It's gonna be me.
It's gonna be so that. Jeff, yes, I know. Dude, hop on a flight from Vegas. Come over here and join me. John is so undependable on his 52nd vacation of the year.
Damn,
and we're still in November.
That's
I know. Dude, literally, he comes here and he does it because, well, I think maybe his wife wants him to leave the house. I don't know. But he enjoys it. You can only watch so many movies. They can only make so many movies, in a year. And, even if, say, John watches each movie 15 times, still leaves a lot of free time for him. So, so I guess his wife booked a house down the, or they may own property. I'm never sure which, down the Jersey Shore. So I think that's where they've gone today. Would love to have. I never did ask John this question whether he makes the turkey or what. What's the deal there? Because I got to imagine
the cooking.
Probably pretty good.
Just want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And we weren't going to sell this statue, but we were going to. Then Amy and Rex convinced me to do it. It's from 1989. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do best offer, but we'll do first person to claim it at $100. Just make it really easy. First person to claim it at 100.
JD, you listening, buddy? I gave you bad information.
Why?
Well, I told him that we were doing it best offer at 100.
Yeah, let's just do 100. It's Thanksgiving.
All right, so I guess that's our first item of the night. And Preston says he'll take it.
Nice.
All right, you got it, Preston.
All right, this is not mint.
Well, I was going to let them stare at it for a while, but, you kind of just blew that right out the door, man.
I just wanted to. I thought it was cool to get it out of the way.
1989, Jeff Wedding says humans weren't even around back then.
Well, there's never been any dinosaurs.
That really kind of saddens me since I graduated high school in 1983. But so, all right. So you're doing a big Thanksgiving at your house, huh?
Yeah, I think my parents are just going to be coming down though, so nothing like crazy.
Gotcha,
But no,
gotcha.
still never
Well,
really
your parents
hosted
don't
it
live
before.
far, right? They're right around the corner, more or less.
Oh yeah, they're 5 minutes maybe, so not far at all.
Right, gotcha. So, and you have any siblings?
No, just me.
Oh, you do not. Okay, gotcha. So, all right. So the big Thanksgiving at Alex's house, and
It'll be fun.
Miss Ellie the dog is going to have a good time with droppings all over the place. I'm sure. You know, a little piece of this, a little piece of that.
We'll see what she gets.
That's the nice thing about Dotsons. They can't get up on the table on you.
She'll scratch at you though. She will. You can tell her to go away all you want, but she comes back and scratches.
Preston, Jeff Wedding. Yeah, I can. You mean his physical address or his email address, my friend? I'm imagining you mean his email address. So let me know, Preston. But yeah, I'm sure Jeff wouldn't have a problem with it. So yeah, you got to remind me towards the end of the show because it's a long 2 hours. I'm going to forget. I should have brought something and I would have participated in the drinking game tonight. But we don't have John here to drop names, so that's not going to work either. All right. So since Nick took care of the statue right off the bat, yeah, well, you know, Marcus, if he throws me an invite, you know, I'd be happy to do that. All right. So Ed Weird says he's got a feel-good story. So I bought a bunch of old bulk comics, and there's a bunch of superhero stuff I don't read. Called the local hospital, and they're gonna come let me come in as Santa and give them the children's. Oh, that's really cool.
That is really
dude.
cool.
That is really cool. But now you got to hunt around for a Santa suit too.
Other big problem.
Yeah, right. All right. So Preston just wants to discuss humans were around comment. All right, you do that, Preston. Oh God, I got you. All right. So all right, let's get to the rest of the best offer items then. Let's see. All right. So first up, we got X-Men #1, Dynamic Forces exclusive cover. Limited. There were only 3,000 printed of this variant cover. That was a DF exclusive, and it is a best offer starting at $10. All right. So let's see what other best offer. Oh, here we go. All right. So then we have Planet Hulk #1, signed with She-Hulk cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza. Suggested retail of $149.99. We have the one available. It is a best offer book starting at $50.
Man, I gotta tell you, Planet Hulk, that's probably one of my favorite Hulk storylines that I've ever read. That and World War Hulk, they are just top notch. That's a top tier story, both of them.
All right, hold on. Let's see. Where is it? I can't find it. Oh, no, that's not it. Where is it? Oh, here it is. All right, let me see who does the cover art. All right, we're going to find out, my friend. I'm going to open this bad boy up. I'm not sure. It doesn't say on the front. Hold on. All right, looks like a Brooks cover, I believe. All right, so yeah, this is the best offer at 10. And it's a real pain without John here. Yes, Mark Brooks. I got to get up and do this stuff myself now. All right. So, anybody have anything interesting? Stevie B, that's all right, buddy. We're shaping tomorrow's turkey from 27 cans of Spam. All right, Marcus, I got you, buddy. Thanks for opening up.
Gross.
You should have called me and John there, Stevie B. We could have helped you. Teach you how to form the correct turkey out of Spam. There's an art to it. All right, so the Planet Hulk is a best offer starting at $50. All right, and then we have our last best offer book of the night, Superman Special Edition #75, CGC graded 9.8. Suggested retail of $99.99. It is a best offer book starting at $35. All right, and that is our best offers for the night. Jeff Wedding, Stevie B, would that be a Spurky? No, a Spam Key.
Stop. Well, so what are you going to be doing for Thanksgiving? You hosting it?
Well,
or
No. Nobody wants Rex to host Thanksgiving. That's never a good plan. When my daughter was young, we'd usually find, all right, Marcus, you got it, buddy. Somebody would take pity on us and invite me and my daughter for Thanksgiving. So we've had some interesting ones, that's for sure. But this year, and when I was married, Thanksgiving was a very big thing. I don't get it. My in-laws would start Thanksgiving I remember. Ed Weird, are you serving roasted Rudolph tomorrow? Maybe. That's why nobody wants me to host Thanksgiving. So yeah, it was a really big thing, and we would have to. I remember the very first year I did it when I was married to my daughter's mom, and I'm getting ready to just kind of lounge around Thursday morning, get ready for football, and then figure we show up for dinner around 4 or 5 o'clock. Come to find out that my ex-wife goes, why aren't you ready? And it's like 11 o'clock. And I'm like, what do you mean, why am I not ready? She goes, we have to be there at 1. I'm like, 1? Why do we have to be there at 1? Okay. And it was just this long day extravaganza. And then there was the Thanksgiving Day parade when we had to incorporate that into it in Philly. It was such a pain. To me, Thanksgiving is a day of rest. You eat the turkey. The tryptophan kicks in. You get sleepy. You fall asleep during during the Detroit Lions game. You get up, you eat some dessert. All this activity and all this other stuff. I can't even. Oh, Christmas was even worse.
It is a lot.
Christmas, oh my God! When my daughter was little, she'd have to go over to grandparents' house and would have to go to sleep at 3 o'clock in the afternoon so they could lay all the gifts out. It was crazy. It was just, so people wonder why I knocked Rudolph the reindeer off the table. Why I'm Mr. Scrooge? Because of everything that happened with my in-laws. It was just crazy. It was all of this. So the reason she had to go to sleep while it was still daylight out was they would run around and her uncle would actually get on the roof. And it was just like all of this presentation, all this stuff. It was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous, and became a whole day event. And it really almost became a burden. I almost dreaded, Thanksgiving and then Christmas. And I'm like, and then eventually there would be not my family, but my family, actually, when my daughter was little, nobody lived around here. So it was always my ex-wife's family, and it would just, and then and their whole family, the extended family lives in this area. So there would be competition and who's staying at who's coming where, and well, we don't like them, and we don't want their kids coming because they ruin it. And I'm like, dude, I still don't care. I just want to go home now. That's all I want to do.
I know. I feel like that's how a lot of families are. It's always just like, oh yeah, they don't get along, so we can't invite them, but they still want to come over, so they're going to come earlier, and it's one of those things.
Well, then we would have the infinite number of gifts, right? And it was getting ridiculous. For me and my family growing up, it was, my birthday is around Christmas. So I would always get gypped by members of my family. You get the old, oh, that's your birthday and Christmas gift.
Yeah, that's birthday and Christmas.
Like I'm thinking to myself, I was born in July. You can't get away with that. Right? So, but they were all into all these gifts, and the stockings were stuffed and gifts and the opening of the gifts. And we couldn't start opening the gifts until a certain time. And then I remember one year it got ridiculous. Even my daughter was tired of opening gifts. And when we got to the end, like the stocking stuffers, they were like socks. It's like you seriously wrapped up socks for a 5-year-old? How excited do you think she's going to be about that? Not very.
Wait.
But you better not bring Rudolph. I'm like,
there is Christmas in July. You can still get gypped in July.
Oh my God. I can't believe I inadvertently segued so Nick can come in.
You brought it up. You brought it upon yourself.
Christmas in July. I did. But luckily that's so many months away. I don't have to worry about it.
Actually, you guys want to hear something really funny?
No, not if it involves Christmas in July.
No, it doesn't.
I like Christmas.
my brother Mario, his birthday is a few days before Christmas.
Gypped.
So
Yes,
every
gypped.
year he feels gypped. So one year I decide we're going to go to Disney World. I take my brother, Pam, and my sister. We go to Disney World. And every ride we went to, I would show the person in charge of the ride my brother's driver's license. And we went the day after Christmas. And I said, look, my brother's birthday's 2 days before Christmas. He feels like he gets gypped every year. Can you put us to the front of the line? That worked with everybody except for one. What is it, Rolling Thunder or something?
Rolling Thunder.
What's the Thunder Splash Mountain or something?
I feel like I know what you're talking
Magic
about.
Kingdom?
I don't know.
Splash Mountain?
Maybe. So everyone except for Splash Mountain, let's say. I can't remember 100%. So I go. So that one person would not let us get a cut in line. So I did something, and Pam, Mario, and Maria were so embarrassed. I would literally go, oh, excuse me, I see my friends are up there. I got to go. And I would like nonchalantly walk a couple of rows.
I elbow guys like you.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I made
It doesn't happen too often
I
at
made
Disney.
it within 10 minutes of the front of the line. And then I'm like calling Maria and Pam and Mario.
But it happens at Great Adventure a lot. It doesn't happen at Disney a lot, but a lot of people try to Great Adventure. And I'm that dude and then you finally stop. Where are your friends?
Well,
I don't see any friends.
Well,
what friends were you were holding?
I'm like trying to be all slick, like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got to go over there. And then they were so embarrassed coming to the front of the line. They hated me.
That's great. You managed to make them hate you in the happiest place on earth.
It
That's
does
an
happen.
accomplishment. I gotta admit.
With those lines, I don't know if that can be deemed the happiest place on earth. I would hate it.
You know what? I gotta say that the pandemic definitely threw a wrench into things, but even the lines. I'll give you an example. Like Flight of the Navigator. Is it Flight of the Navigator? No, that was a movie, wasn't it?
The Navigator's a movie.
The Avatar ride, right? Even the lines. I gotta tell you. So one time we went real early in the morning. We were staying on the resort, and they let if you're a resort customer, will let you in early, like a couple hours early, something like that. And then we ran to the Avatar ride, and because it had just opened, there was literally no line. So it rushed us through the whole process, right? So we get on the ride, it was great, and then we went back because we missed all that stuff. So even waiting in line, they turned it into something, an experience, unlike a lot of different, Six Flags, places like that. They turn it in, and we didn't realize as we were rushing through how much we'd missed. It was that world of Pandora, and you got to see all this stuff. It was very fantastic. So I have to admit, I am not, I love Disneyland. President goes, I love Disneyland better when it costs 75 cents to get in the park. I don't think it ever cost 75 cents, Preston, but I'm old enough. I'll tell you my story in a minute. But so I do not wait in line. I have never waited in line for an iPhone. I have never waited in line or camped out to get tickets to a concert or anything like that. To me, it's just, it makes no sense.
I've camped out for game systems before.
I would never do it, but I would wait in line. Disney, the experience is that positive. But very first time, all right, Preston, you ready, buddy? Those viewers out there, who knows what a double E ticket is? And I'll explain why I asked that question, because that will age you. So the very first time I worked at Disneyland, I was, I guess, about 5, and my dad took me there. My parents were divorced, right? So I went to visit my dad in California, and he took me there. And we took the monorail there. I remember it was just an amazing experience. Well, back then, Disneyland worked a lot like carnivals. Sort of. Okay, JD, that shows your age. Sort of. Okay, you may know Disney lore, but what would happen would be you would buy ticket, you would pay your fee to get in the park, right? Yes, that is correct, Preston. So basically, you would pay your fee, and they would give you a book of tickets. All right. And the tickets would be designated A, B, C, D, and E with a double E. Okay. And the letter of the ticket would determine how cool the ride is. So the carousel was an A ticket. Okay. But Space Mountain would be like a double E ticket. And then when you ran out of tickets, there would be ticket booths throughout the park where you would need to buy more tickets, right? Which was a major argument with me and my dad because he refused to buy more tickets. Yeah, Preston, there you go. Preston, all right, Preston knows the deal. So obviously, yeah, John Spilios, you're absolutely right. E-tickets were for the best rides. So eventually they switched that system where they charge you one flat entrance fee, and then obviously you just got on every ride. But that was a long time ago. That had to be 1972, 71, 72. Disney World, I don't think had even opened yet at that point.
That's a little whiles ago.
Yeah, that was a little whiles ago, and that was way got to get in your way back machine and go way back in time, man. But I did take my daughter when she was like 8 to Disneyland. We've been to Disney World because, again, my in-laws were like, Disney cult members.
Dude, those people are out there. I've seen so many videos of not to make a comparison, but John Spilios over there said, like, my wife is a Disney princess. Like, I've seen people who they are really Disney people. And
yeah, but you can't do that anymore. They will not allow adults to dress up.
Really?
Apparently. Yes. I'm not sure if any of the viewers know why that rule exists. Yes, kids can dress up under a certain age, but adults cannot anymore. I mean, you can wear your Mickey ears and whatever, but yeah, all right, John Spilios, yeah. So
that doesn't really make. I mean, that doesn't really make too much sense, I guess.
I guess the only thing I can think of is you don't want like a guest posing like they work for Disney, like a cast member.
Oh, that could be.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yes. No,
that's right.
That makes perfect sense, because imagine, like, people are out there that would do this, but imagine like a really creepy person that dresses up and it's like, oh, hey kids, I work here, That's a good call. I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah. So that's the only reason I didn't actually read anything about it other than the fact that you can't. Yeah, Marcus says so you won't confuse with the real ones at the park.
Yeah.
But 8 is, I believe, my daughter, because of the grandparents and everything and being Disney cult members, like serious cult members, we had to, my daughter's first trip to Disney World was she was 6 months old. All right. Completely pointless. She doesn't remember anything about that experience, clearly, right? Preston says Disneyland went all-inclusive tickets about 73, 74. That sounds about right. So, and weird, I'm not even playing, dude. I use cult member lightly. Okay.
No, it really is. The videos I see, it truly is like a cult. People who love Disney, and they are like Disney.
Listen, I had great time. I love Disney. I have a great time there. I love Universal. I love I loved our trips there. When she was playing softball, we were in Florida twice a year in that area, so we would just go. I'd already paid for the tickets and the hotel and everything else, so we might as well just go to the park. But cult members are a whole different level. I'm a fan, all right, but there's a point that I would not, right? But cult members are a whole different level. So my daughter was 6 months, and I was trying to be nice to my in-laws, so I paid for everybody's airfare. So it was my in-laws, my daughter's uncle, my ex-wife, myself, and obviously my daughter.
Man, next time you go on vacation, if you ever got an opening and you just need to take somebody else,
yeah, dude, that ain't ever happening again. That was the biggest mistake I ever made. All right, so what ended up happening? Yes, Disney heads are kind of like dead heads. You're absolutely right, CJ. So, excuse me. So, before we even go, I got my in-laws and my ex-wife planning all this stuff, right? And I come home from work one day, and my ex-wife goes, all right, well, we need to buy baby food, all right? Because I like to travel light. I don't like to travel with too much stuff, right? So we got to get baby food, and we got to figure out, how many we can, we got to carry it on, because we don't want it in a cargo. So that was hilarious. I argued and argued. I tried everything possible to get them to stop. All right. I said, I'll ship it to the hotel. I said, we're going to Orlando. We're not going to Africa. I mean, there's going to be kids, supermarkets there, right? Couldn't ship it because they were afraid the pressure in the cargo would ruin the food. Literally. Okay. We brought about a week's worth of baby food in actual glass bottles. It was so heavy, dude. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. But luckily they ruined Thanksgiving, but they did not ruin my and Christmas for me, but they did not ruin the Disney experience for me. That's for sure. All right. So, all right, let's get to a couple of books here. Oh, this is a good one. All right. We got Moon Knight Annual #1, CGC graded 9.8.
Oh, this was actually a really good read.
We got Werewolf by Night on the cover and the story, and suggested retail of $99.99. And we have the one available for $50. Okay. And let's see here. Yeah. Thank you, Preston. And I'm going to be honest. And John Spilios, myself and the community and John Cole, we all love you. But did you guys just tune into the show? This is the first time you're watching? If all I did was go through the comics one at a time, dude, we'd be done in an hour. Number one. And number two, I'm going to guess pretty much that we're going to lose viewers as well. Real men went to Action Park. Yes, I know, Stevie B. But real men didn't always survive Action Park. That was the thrill. You may not come back. Let's see. Where Rubenstein says all Marvel Epic collections are on Wicked Sale on Comixology. There you go. Marcus Rex gets paid by the hour. I most certainly do not, Marcus.
I've actually been reading a lot more comics digital. We talk about it all the time on the show. And
I've been reading a lot more comic. What?
Digitally. I've said it so many times where I don't like digital. I don't like this. I don't like that. I'm telling you, I don't know what it's been. It's been, I think maybe the last month, 2 months now. I've, outside of my new comic book day stuff, it's been all digital.
Well, I mean, that we've talked about that topic before. I mean, and how that kind of works. So, and how the future is moving that direction. Is that Mr. Esgo Lucky? What's this comic book thing? Thank you. Eventually, I think people are going to convert. All right, let me throw another book out there. This one's a blockbuster price. Little Ernie one-shot DF exclusive cover, signed by Ken Hazer. Number 1 of 100, and we have one, and it's $10.
That's a cool cover.
All right, hold on a second. Ron, the Moon Knight is actually a buy it now at 50, my friend.
I know it's slabbed, but it's honestly a really good read. I'm not a big fan of the ongoing right now. It's dropped off a lot to me, but that I was gonna skip out on it, but it's a cool issue with Werewolf by Night in it.
Oh, okay. Hey, John Spilios, seriously, you notice we had to use 2 boxes to box it up for you. We didn't have a box big enough to put it in one. So one of my guys, all right, buddy. Thank you, Ron. You got it, buddy. So we didn't actually have a box big enough, John. So that's why you when you opened it, you saw there were 2 boxes flipped over, and we taped it together. All right, Preston, cool. You got it. So yeah, I mean, that's a and thanks for joining us, Mr. Esgo Lucky. Am I saying that right? It's like trying to read like personalized license plates sometimes. I don't get it right.
Mr. Esgo. Easy go
lucky. Easy go lucky. Yes, thank you. All right, so JD would win the license plate game. Sheldon says the latest Moon Knight issue number 17 was great. All right, hold that thought. We're going to go to break. We're actually a minute over, so we're going to go to our first break. We'll be back in a couple minutes, and then Marcus, come for the comics, stay for the Rex rant. I'll try to find something else to rant about. On Monday, I was ranting about FIFA and the World Cup, but stay tuned. All right, we'll figure out what the next Rex rant will be.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.
Comic Collectables is a pretty straightforward show. You got Rex here, he sells the comics, and you got Rock and Robbie, he knows about the comics. And finally, John, well, no one really knows what John does. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a great guy, but he just keeps showing up. Come to think of it, I don't even really know how he gets in here. Anyway, awesome comics, rare books, rarer signatures, slabbed books, and amazing cover sketches by Ken Hazer and others. Simple formula, you want the comics, you buy the comics. To sum up, Rex sells the comics, Robbie knows the comics, and John, who might possibly be a ghost. I mean, seriously, has anyone ever seen him show up or leave? Comic Collectables with Rex and John, Mondays from 6 to 8 Eastern on The Experience. Comic Culture and Sales.
There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit comicshoplocator.com to find a store near you.
Are you a comic creator? Are you a publisher? Do you make a comic book product? Do you own a retail store? Do you do something I haven't thought of? Who are you and what do you do? Let us know by advertising on The Experience and invite our viewers to patronize your product. Message the EXP on social media or email us the_EXP@yahoo.com for more details.
All right. So Stevie B says, because of Thanksgiving, tonight's Rex What's Your Beef segment will be replaced with Let's Talk Turkey with Rex. All right. So who was it that said issue 17 of Moon Knight is the best ever?
I think it was Sheldon said. I actually thought it was pretty good. I didn't like the issue before at all. I thought this one had better pacing and just overall a better story. But overall the arc, I feel like this Moon Knight series has almost been the exact same thing kind of throughout all 17 issues. Like they've been dealing with the vampires since early in the beginning, which isn't really a bad thing because this new arc has really kicked it up. But the last, I think, 2 arcs I haven't liked at all. So I'm definitely sticking with it for this newest one. It's definitely much better than it's been. But just everything in general, it just started off a lot stronger.
Right. All right. You know what? Let's throw up the giveaway tonight. All right. So tonight's giveaway is Future State, the next Batman #1, CGC graded 9.8. All right. And you know what, JD? Let's make the hashtag RexCap.
Bum, bum, bum.
All right. So throw in hashtag RexCap in lowercase. You've already done, CJ. And that's going to be there we go. Okay, I'm sorry. No, it's going to be hashtag RexCapEXP. All right, so CJ, you're going to have to do it again, my friend. All lowercase, and you just got to throw that up in the chat, and we will enter you in your drawing, and we will do the drawing immediately after best offer ends at 7:55. But what you were talking about moving to digital, I think to a certain extent it's going to be inevitable. But I think that the difference will be that, unlike, books, I think that people are going to still want the physical comics. But I forget who said it. Maybe it was CJ Design. I don't know.
Real quick. Breaking story. Only because Rex is taking a long weekend. We need him to come back to some work on Monday. Everybody tonight, whether you buy something or not, happy Thanksgiving, John. What time are you coming over tomorrow? I think we're eating at 3. So 3:30. My mom's always, she cooks so much, it's always late. So even if you show up at 4, it'll be fine.
Why don't you bring some to work on Monday?
Dude,
Tupperware.
We're Italian. We're done by freaking Friday night. We will have eaten it all.
Tell your mom to make extra.
Right?
I'm
All
sure
right.
there's already going to be a lot of extra Italian families. There's going to be a lot.
Yeah. So right now, hit that bit.ly, everybody, and put in free signed limited edition trading card. Everybody watching tonight, you don't have to buy anything. If you bought something, that's right, veggie turkey.
Well, wait a minute. It's going to be hard for us to keep track that way.
What? There's like 17 people watching.
Yeah, I know, but we gotta get everybody's addresses and stuff.
Yeah,
and
that's what
see
I'm saying.
who's
Fill out
watching.
the bit.ly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Phil, that's what, register any purchases here. Just these purchases happen to be free. If you ordered something, you're getting the limited edition signed card with your package. If you didn't order anything, we're going to put it in an envelope in the mail because, we're giving it to you for free. So we're not going to box it up. It'll be in a, 50-cent envelope. Is it lasagna before turkey and eggs? All right, so this is what we have. So, yes, there will be lasagna, and my mom makes the lasagna 2 ways, believe it or not. I hate green peas. So my mom makes some with green peas and some without green peas.
I don't like any green peas. I do not
terrible.
like green peas.
I hate green peas, period.
I do too.
There are 3 things my dad made me eat growing up that I hated. Green peas in soup. I hated that. Oh my God. Liver, because it was cheap. It's what we could afford. And
good for you too. Lots of iron.
Listen, maybe it was because I watched Happy Days and Fonzie was allergic to liver. I was allergic. I don't know. Although I will tell you, we used to fight for the bone marrow like crazy. It was the thing that the butcher used to. Today, you order bone marrow, it's like $18. But back then, they used to throw that out. We would be like taking turns every Monday for soup. So anyway, free signed limited edition trading card. That's right, John. No green peas. So let's see. What do we have? We have pasta. We have soup. We have lasagna. We have chicken cutlets. We have turkey, ham. God, it's like a Thanksgiving coma. Chicken. So chicken,
nice.
Chicken cutlets, salad, spinach, broccoli. God, it's like an 11-course meal. That's interesting. Green peas with chopped. I will say one thing. Actually, I don't mind peas that are cooked by themselves. Like if you're heating up peas, put a little bit of salt. That I can live with. No wire. What the heck is that, Marcus? Oh my God. So I have no clue what that means. One year, actually, my brother actually also made lamb as part of it.
Oh man, lamb is
a lot
delicious.
of food. It is, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I don't get it often, but it is good.
Hey, Stevie B, I'll be a member. Yeah, God. Oh, Mommy Dearest. Okay, I've never seen that. So, oh yeah, and fried potatoes, sweet potatoes and regular potatoes. I know I forgot something. All right, everybody, sign up, get yourself a free. Thank you. That's my Thanksgiving present to you.
All right, so I totally lost my train of thought now, which isn't all that difficult, I guess.
The usual.
All right, and so I just want to say, aren't my rants far more interesting? The peas. All right, so you don't like peas. But what you were saying about, I think that people are still going to want physical comic books, but
I agree.
Yeah, but the digital, it's just impossible to avoid it. There's a convenience factor, and I forget who said it earlier. They review comics digitally before they actually buy any. so they're not wasting their money. So there's something there. There's no way digital is ever going away.
I think the main thing is for just back issues. I think that's the future for digital, is just you're able to read back issues.
By the way, one last thing, as if there was ever Friday show, 4 giveaways on the original art experience. Why am I putting 5 fingers up? 4 giveaways on Friday. And this is actually, Alberto gets first crack at it, but this will be available on Friday. We'll also be doing some blockbuster pricing on some art. So creative keep in the house. Ronald. Hey, guys.
And just remind everybody, enter hashtag RexCapEXP to enter the giveaway. All right. And the giveaway tonight is Future State, the next Batman #1, CGC graded 9.8. All right. And let's throw this out here. In the front row. Whoa, Preston, that hurts me. That wounds me deeply, man, that you say that. Let's see, where Rupenstein, Thanksgiving, my family goes around the table and everyone has to say something they are thankful for. It's awkward, but it can be funny, especially with younger kids. All right, so let's throw this out here. As always, Dynamite 10-pack reader set, 10 random Dynamite titles. Just retail $40 or higher, so each one will have a cover price of $3.99 or more. And as always, $5 for all 10 comics, 50 cents a piece. And if it is all that you ordered, or if you want your order, because I know because of the weight, we can send these media mail, and usually anywhere across the US, it's probably $5 for shipping media mail, more or less. So if you take a 10-pack and you want to ship us that way, just let us know and we'll definitely do so. I like lamb. That was my other problem with Thanksgiving in my in-laws' house. It was always, and I like turkey, so I had no problem with the turkey. Yes, Marcus Festivus is right around the corner. But it just never varied. It was the same meal. It was, the turkey, which I'm fine with. There was the German potato salad. There was the coleslaw, which I'm okay with. There was the cream of broccoli soup. And it's just every year it was the same thing. It was like, so I give my mother, a former mother-in-law, enough credit. I complained one year after Thanksgiving saying, I hope it's not another Christmas ham. I'm tired of, I'm not a big ham guy in terms of it being a main course. I'm a ham sandwich sort of guy, right?
Yeah, that's what we like to do.
Yeah, and I'm like, can we not have ham? And she made lamb one year. I think she hated it, but CJ Design, lobster. I'm jiggy with lobster.
We're actually not going to be doing turkey this year either. I think this is the first time like in my life that I'm not going to be doing turkey. So, I mean, obviously it's just going to be me, my girlfriend, and my mom and dad. My grandma might come. I don't know if she's going to, but 4 people. I didn't really want to get this massive turkey. So what I'm going to end up doing is I got a ham. So I'm going to cook the ham, and I bought, I don't even know how many pounds of chuck roast, and I'm going to smoke it. So we're going to have that.
You got that smoker.
Oh, I've been using it every weekend. Every Sunday for football, I smoke something new.
And weird. I just read what you posted. I am so sorry, my friend. I didn't realize you lost that many people during a pandemic. Yeah, you're right. You never really know.
That's a shame. I'm sorry to hear that too. I'm reading it right now.
Yeah. Hug your loved ones. You never know. You really don't.
I tell people the same thing. It's like, it doesn't take much to reach out to somebody. It truly doesn't.
No, it doesn't. You're
say
right.
Hi, ask how your day's going. It could make somebody's day. It's a simple thing. Most people are on their phones all day anyway. What's one extra text, really?
CJ says smoke chuck is the best.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's been fantastic. What I don't like though is I did something not this last weekend, the weekend before that. I don't remember off the top of my head what it was. I did not like it at all. I thought it came out not good. My parents liked it. They said they liked it. I didn't think it was good, which means they probably didn't either. But it's not a fan of whatever it was I cooked.
I am a big fan of turkey, so I like turkey during Thanksgiving. I mean, I'm the dude, and Alec will know this reference, and anybody that's been to a Wawa would know this reference. I've been eating the gobbler since October. Okay.
Yo, I'm trying to get my girlfriend to try a gobbler.
I love the gobbler, dude. It is just a carb-loaded hot mess, dude.
She refuses to try it. She refuses to try it.
Why? It's not like it's got peas in it, right? You got the stuffing, you got the mashed potatoes. They added a new twist this year. Did you see? You can get sweet potato.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. It might be good.
I haven't tried it yet. I haven't tried it yet.
I don't know if I trust Wawa's sweet potatoes.
Then you know the bit of cranberry on top. Oh, dude,
I'm telling you,
I probably had it
fire,
dude, since October till now. Hell, I think I had it last night. Now that I think about it,
I haven't been getting it. I don't know. I didn't think about it.
Gobbler.
I gotta get at least one.
I get the bowl. I don't get the sandwich. You know, I got to draw a line on the carbs. Okay. I mean, at that point, you've got an Italian roll with stuffing, mashed potatoes, turkey, and cranberry, plus the gravy. That's a little too much.
Now, I didn't know you could do it in a bowl form. I've only ever gotten the sandwich.
No, you can do it in a bowl form.
All right. I didn't know that.
All right. So you can cut back a little bit. Okay. You just cut back a little bit.
Just a little bit. Not much.
Just a little bit, right? Please, gentlemen, this is an all ages stream. Hey, you haven't lived until you had the gobbler from Wawa. I'm just saying. All right. All right. Next up, we got Justice League International #1, signed by Dan Jurgens, #4 of 150. And we have one available for $19.60 the year that Justice League first appeared. So that is a bargain there. Marcus, you got to try it, bro. I'm not even playing. But yes, that's right, JD. That's right. Miss Jen did an interview with Dan, I think.
I think 2 Mondays ago.
Yeah, I think it was. I think you're right. Who's up for some ambrosia, creative keep, or the green jello with the assorted nuts? It's like fruitcake. I can't stand fruitcake. I'm not gonna lie.
What's ambrosia? What was that?
If it's what I think it is, it's a sort of a this kind of salad with. I'll let creative keep explain it. But there's definitely jello in it.
Oh, that's what that is. It's like if that's the fruit salad I'm thinking it is, that is delicious. Maybe. I think it's delicious.
Hey, weird. What time is the stream starting tomorrow? No streams tomorrow, my friend. I'm watching football and eating. Well, and so this is how this conversation started. So my daughter is going to try to do Thanksgiving with her boyfriend at his apartment. You know, she's my daughter, so I'm just going to grin and bear it. I'm hopeful, but she has never cooked a turkey. So today, in the middle of work, I called her just to tell her to say, look, first, you need to look up online how long it's going to take based on the weight of the turkey.
Yeah, tell her to take that turkey out.
All right. And I said, and she surprised me, it made me proud, and then disappointed me all with the same sentence. So I told her, I said, look, I said, you know, because I called her last night. I said, are you having turkey? She goes, well, no, we didn't get a turkey yet. She says, you know, maybe chicken. I said, look, you got other people coming. They're going to expect a turkey on. Okay. Your dad doesn't care. All right. But you got to make a turkey here. She's all right. You know, we'll go out to the supermarket and get a turkey. She calls me. I got the turkey. I said, is it frozen? Okay. She goes, what do you mean? I go, is it frozen? She goes, how do I tell? I said, push on it. If the skin gives way, then it's not frozen. If it feels like a rock, and if you believe that if it dropped off the counter and hit your foot, you would break several toes, then it's frozen.
She's gonna have a rough day tomorrow or tonight.
Right. So she goes, it's okay, Dad, it's not frozen. I go, thank God. I said, because you don't have enough time now for it to defrost. You're out of time. Right. So then today, I thought I better call her. I go, all right, hon, you need to, before you cook the turkey, you need to reach into the cavity of the turkey. There should be a bag there with the gizzards, the liver, and the neck. She goes, oh, I know that. I'm thinking, oh, that's great. My kid knows that. She goes, yeah, I saw somebody on TikTok actually make that mistake, and they baked the turkey with the bag in it. I was like, so in one sentence, she both impressed me and disappointed me all at the same time.
Dad, I've been on TikTok. We're good.
It's all good.
I watched a 30-second video on how to cook a turkey perfectly well.
So I'm gonna probably bring a couple bottles of wine, some dessert, and then my flask, because I feel like I'm gonna need it.
That flask ain't gonna be enough.
Yes, Ron, that's why I called her, and she told me she knew because she saw a TikTok video. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe the flask won't be enough. And then my ex-wife is coming, apparently, but she's only staying a little while because the women in her family, hosting Thanksgiving is like territorial. So apparently my ex is making a whole turkey at her house. I don't even get into it with them. It's like this territorial thing. I just want my daughter's Thanksgiving first shot at it to be, successful, or at least not poison anybody. Yeah. Well, it'll be dessert. You're absolutely right, because I'll be hitting that flask in between. So I will report to everyone next Monday how it went. Hopefully it is not a Rex rant, because I'm hoping it goes well, but I am a bit nervous. I'm not going to lie.
I was gonna say turkeys. I'm gonna be honest. One of the main reasons I didn't want to get a turkey is because the game plan was to smoke it, and you can't really screw up smoking it. But
right.
For Thanksgiving, never did a turkey before. I wasn't willing to risk it.
All right. So Creative Keep is asking, is anyone helping her cook? Yes, Creative Keep, her boyfriend, who I'm not sure can make scrambled eggs. All right. So.
Man, that's crazy.
KFC to fry.
I'm not gonna lie, I love cooking. I cook all the time.
I'll tell you, I love fried turkey, but you got to do it right, because if you don't do it right, it gets real dry. But I will tell you, and I don't know if I mentioned it on this show or with Robbie, but my first experience frying a turkey was at a tailgate, an Eagles game, and that was a bad idea. That was a very bad idea. Okay, we've been drinking since 5 a.m. and who knew that when the oil spills out, it'll still be on fire. Okay. We did not actually know that. Okay.
Live and learn.
It's all right, Creative Keep. On the way home from my daughter's, I'll stop at Wawa and get myself another gobbler. All right. So, and weird, Jay Burns has a question, but JD might be able to answer it as well, my friend. All right. So while they're trying to answer your question, all right, let's throw up another book. All right, we have Secret Warriors #1, signed by writer Jonathan Hickman. We have one available, number 17 of 35. And we have the one available for $19.99. Yeah, so should be interesting. I have not seen her boyfriend's apartment, so we'll check that out. Don't know the friends that are coming over, but I guess that'll be interesting. And then we'll see how the turkey turns out.
That's why I said you're gonna need more than that flask.
Hopefully, I don't get any emergency calls at 1. I better check and see if Wawa will have the gobbler open in case I need to get, like, I don't know, 8 gobblers to take over at the last minute.
Honey, I got you. I'm just gonna bring over Thanksgiving. It's all good.
Gobblers for everyone. Oh my God.
I forget if you've ever said it. How old are they again? I know they're in college, so
22, and her boyfriend is 22, 23, I think. John, I'll just bring a bottle, John. Forget the flask. It takes too long to pour it into that little opening with the funnel.
Yeah, I was gonna say a bunch of 22-year-olds. You're gonna need the bottle. That flask.
Yeah, right. Enough. Jay Burns, I love fried turkey. I really do. I love it because the skin gets nice and crisp. Creative Keep, just don't show up too early.
The traffic was crazy.
I'm dreading the emergency phone call that's going to come, because and really the person she should probably call in this instance is not me, it's her mom, but she'll call me, It's like a reflex, no matter what happens. And usually I deal with 99% of the stuff. This is one I can't really help you out. I don't know. I'm gonna be looking at the same YouTube video that you're looking at. So cut out the middleman.
You're gonna get that first phone call asking for help, and you're gonna be like, "Man, I hope she can do it." And then you're gonna get that second phone call with her crying that she screwed it up.
I should probably check to see what time the grocery store closes, and the liquor store in case I need to make another run. I run out. It should be interesting if nothing else.
They're not even open at all tomorrow, are they?
What's that?
They're not open at all tomorrow. I don't think.
Are you sure? The
I could
grocery
be
store's
wrong.
not open.
Oh well, shit. Jersey does sell liquor in grocery stores.
Some days, some do, but it's tough to get a liquor license here.
Oh, I believe it. I heard there are a lot of expense. I heard they're very expensive in Jersey.
They are. A liquor license in Jersey can cost upwards of $250,000. It's so rare. Yeah. So that's why a lot of restaurants that open, unfortunately.
My friends, a lot of my friends that when I went to Westchester, most of them were from Jersey, and they said most of the restaurants there are all like BYOB. So when they moved here for Westchester, they were like, "What? None of these places are BYOB." And I was like, "Wait, you have that over there?"
Varies by store. All right. Yes. So actually, to be quite honest, BYOB is not bad.
Oh, no, it's great. You just pay a fee, don't you?
Well, no, you don't even have to pay a fee. Most of these restaurants just they don't even have an opening fee because they realize they're kind of in a pinch because they can't serve alcohol. So they want you to come eat at their restaurants, and for them it makes more sense. So they'll provide the glasses if they'll provide a bucket of ice if you need it, and you actually save a lot of money.
Oh, I believe it.
Because that's a real profit mark, a real profit item for them for restaurants. They upcharge on the alcohol so much.
That's what it is. Every time I go to a restaurant, I think about what I'm getting because I already know the alcohol is going to come out to like $30. You get 3 drinks and they're all pushing $10 a piece.
Yeah. So I actually don't mind the BYOB thing. You got to plan it a little bit. Yeah, but you got to know what restaurants don't have it. So if you're a tourist or something, it could be kind of a pain. But for me, it's like I know this restaurant doesn't have a liquor license, so I just stop at the liquor store beforehand.
Oh yeah, I would do that, and honestly, I would get more food. I would get appetizers. I'd even consider getting desserts then.
I know exactly. So, but yeah, it is very difficult. So a lot of chains open up in New Jersey because really they're the only ones that can afford it. Like a little mom and pop place can't afford $250,000 for a liquor license, right? So any place that serves alcohol in New Jersey tends to be one of the larger chains, like Chicky and Pete's, which is a local chain that's real popular. Trying to think, Fridays,
those
places like that. Yeah, ones that are big corporations that can drop $250,000 and get the.
That's crazy though. That's so expensive.
It is. It's because they control it so much. I mean, a town near here, Morristown, they've tried for years to overturn it, but the residents won't. It's a dry town, so you can't get anything in Morristown. It just no place has a liquor license. So, actually, I've had venison stuffing, Stevie B. I enjoy it as well, to be quite honest with you. All right, we got to go to our next break, and as soon as we'll come back, we'll hit some more of the cover sketches. All right, stay with us. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Thanks for tuning into The Experience. Help us out and hit subscribe over on YouTube and click the bell when you do. Need some help? Scan the QR code in the bottom corner.
This is The Experience.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hey there, hi there, ho there. You're as welcome as can be.
Hi, I'm Nancy McCann. Welcome to Friday Night Live on The Experience.
Welcome, everybody. It's Fat Jack's Comic Crypt. Brendan, Al, Jason, hanging out. There I am. Welcome back to Kicking It with Henry, folks. I am your host, Henry Kumpa. It's great to be here with you guys.
So we are going to talk about books that are in stores this week.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Mishmash.
Hello, and welcome to the Black Comics Universe, presented by Peep Game Comics.
And you gotta love it that the first people in the minute to skim it are creators.
Up, everybody! Welcome to another Wednesday Warriors. My name is Joey Galvez, and this is my pal Ambrosia.
Hey, everybody! Welcome to Space Cadets.
Hey!
What's up?
Welcome, everyone, for another episode of I Must Ask You a Question.
Hi, everybody! Welcome to Nerd News Now.
Hey, this is Rex. Welcome to Comic Collectables.
Hey, hello, all you happy people. Welcome to the Dan Wickline Show.
Hi, everybody, and welcome. This is the crazy show that we do on Thursdays called What's in the Box? What's in the Box?
Comic culture and sales.
Hello, my name is Afrim Jambalai, writer and creator of The Legend of the Night Owl. You are watching The Experience.
All right, so we're back. So somebody asked me how far the boyfriend's house is. I think it's about 7 or 8 miles, to be quite honest. So a little bit outside my normal range, but it's livable.
Not that far.
Yeah, it's not that far, really. But now you have me looking online for ShopRite. Now I'm getting nervous.
I was gonna say Rex is getting worried over there. He's like, "Oh god."
Yeah, now there could be a real problem. You know, I might stop for the dessert tonight and stop at the liquor store for the wine tonight. But man,
I would do it tonight before tomorrow. Not worth it tomorrow.
If it blows up, and I need a last minute turkey. We're screwed. It's pretty much the way I'm seeing it. You know, and usually by Thursday, all the turkeys left are frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Spilios, you're right. It is kind of far, but I can suck it up. All right. So by popular demand, we're going to do the Rex Cap. All right. So we started with Dynamite 10-pack reader set, 10 random Dynamite titles, $40 retail or higher. And we have it available for $5.50 a comic. Then we did Justice League International #1, signed by Dan Jurgens. And we have the one available, number 4 of 150 for $19.60. Ed Weird better get a couple pounds of deli meat tonight just in case. So then we did X-Men #1, Dynamic Forces exclusive cover, and is the best offer item. And Marcus is currently in the lead at $10. Then we did Secret Warriors #1, signed by writer Jonathan Hickman. And we have one available, number 17 of 35 for $19.99. And it is a tough signature to get. And then we did another best offer item, Planet Hulk #1 with She-Hulk cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza. Suggested retail of $149.99 and is a best offer book starting at $50. And then we did Superman Special Edition number 75, CGC graded 9.8. Suggested retail of $99.99. It is a best offer book, and Marcus is currently in the lead at 35. Let's see. And then we did, the giveaway. Just to remind everybody, is Future State, the next Batman #1, CGC graded 9.8. And this is the giveaway item of the evening. So all you got to do is put hashtag RexCapEXP in the chat, and you will be automatically entered in the drawing, which we will do immediately after best offer ends. Yeah, so I got to be honest. The holidays it feels a little stressful. The only good thing is that I don't have to worry about gifts for my daughter anymore. You can always do Arby's in a pinch, Rex. They have the meats.
Stop. No, they don't. Who's keeping them in business?
Yeah, I listen. I like Arby's. I like Arby's okay, but I don't believe the roast beef should be a uniform color all the way through. I don't know. Call me weird.
No. I agree with you. It's roast beef is. See, that's why I don't trust it. I don't. No,
I'm okay with it. You know what? For a quick lunch, I like that they went to the crinkle fries, which I like a little bit better than the curly fries.
I don't think I've been to an Arby's.
Ribs so available. I don't know. And
God,
weird.
I
I hate
hope
the McRib. Robbie's the McRib fan.
He likes
Oh,
that.
I know. Dude,
I try not to
can't
even eat fast food. I try to stay away from it. None of it's real. It's disgusting.
Oh,
and the thing. No.
Yes.
No,
do not defame the beef and cheddar. One of my favorites, especially on the one that they have.
I'll defame all that crap. And here we're going to go a step further. Not only is none of it real, it is so expensive. You could buy at this point basically the same thing and cook it yourself. You go to McDonald's, there's no dollar menu. There's no dollar menu at McDonald's anymore.
No, they have a happy hour menu that starts at 2.
A happy hour menu at McDonald's?
No.
Or Arby's?
Yes.
Oh, well, Arby's, I'm going to be honest. I don't know a single thing about Arby's. I haven't been there in like 10, 15 years at this point.
You don't know what you're missing, bro.
I can only imagine. Do they still do the 5 for $5?
That's Wendy's.
Wendy's did a 4 for $4. Didn't they do like a 5 for $5? I could have sworn Arby's did a 5 for $5. Like it was 5 sandwiches.
They may have. Oh, yeah. No, Wendy's is better because it's actually
Wendy's
what you
is
want.
better.
When you do it, well, it's better in the deal because you get the sandwich, the McNuggets, the fries, and then the drink.
What I will say is,
what do we do with 5 sandwiches?
Wendy's is legit. I don't get it often, but it is extremely good. Now CJ is coming in with the GOAT. Popeyes has the best chicken sandwich of all chicken sandwiches.
It is good.
There is not one better chicken sandwich on the market from anywhere, and I don't care what anybody says. That's it. I've had them all.
JD, Arby's discontinued the potato cakes here in our area. Can you believe that? But yes, the Popeyes chicken sandwich is phenomenal. Dude.
That blew my mind. I thought it was blasphemy when I started talking down on the Chick-fil-A sandwich, and here we are. Popeyes there's nothing better than it. It is a big sandwich. It feels good. It is just, they did it. They made a great sandwich overall.
Actually creative. I got to be honest. The drive-throughs that I go through, they're pretty quick, pretty efficient.
That's the other thing. It's like when I drive by, so where I live, there's a lot of fast food, and I feel like it's always packed. There's always a line. Half the time, if I do get fast food, I go inside and I'm in and out, and some of those people don't even move.
Well, you didn't really have that option during the pandemic. They all closed their the dining area.
Things are so crazy around here. I was in Oklahoma for the entire pandemic, and I'm telling you, out there, I don't think a pandemic happened.
Well, everybody's so spread apart.
No, they didn't shut anything down.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Things were shut down for maybe a week. I'm talking maybe a week. And everyone was like, nah, this ain't gonna fly. And everything was open again.
So, all right. So, and weird Popeyes as in the Sailor Man. No, sir. I've always loved Popeyes.
Speaking of, if anyone is in a pinch, I don't know how true this is. I've seen a lot of things about Popeyes sells a turkey, a full turkey. They have it.
I've never heard of that.
I'm telling you. I'll look it up
But
right now.
I may check that out now.
Popeyes turkey. First thing
they're open Thursdays.
First thing says Popeyes turkey instructions. Popeyes Cajun style turkey is available to pre-order.
I think it's going to be too late to pre-order now.
That was the title, and that's from October. But yeah, pre-orders begin October 18th. Shipments, blah, blah, blah. But it says that you can order in-store. In-store, it'll cost $50, but prices may vary by location. If you order, oh my God, if you order online, turkeys will cost $94.99, not including tax. Wow. No sides come with it either.
Well, a lot of places were advertising locally here that you get a full Thanksgiving meal, and I kind of thought about it, but that would be kind of insulting to my kids. So I'm not that. I'm like, nah, never mind. We'll just risk it.
It's like I feel like every time I go, the crazy thing is like, in addition to that, like every time I go to a restaurant now, it's guaranteed like a $50-$60 tab, and it's like, what do I get? I get wings and like 4 beers and maybe a side of fries. And all of a sudden we're looking at this much money. It's like, what did we get? We didn't get anything. Yeah. We could have gotten an entire case, a bag of wings, and an entire bag of French fries for probably 3/4 of that price. And we could have multiple meals out of that. It's just not the same experience anymore with how expensive everything is. It almost feels like I'm wasting my money. I mean, it's always a good time going out and,
right.
The experience, that is literally what it is. You're going out to just enjoy your time. But man, you get that check at the end of the night. It's like, this is ridiculous.
Creative Keep goes, you guys making me hungry. Need a Thanksgiving Eve's meal. Creative, is this the first time you watch a show, bro?
This is the first time I'm even chiming in on all the food, because every time I'm so hungry and I'm like trying to tune you guys out. I'm like, man, I'm so hungry right now. I can't be in this conversation. But I've been learning. Got to eat beforehand.
That's right. Let me see. Who said Bob Evans? Who put that up there? Listen, I like Bob Evans. I like Cracker Barrel.
We had a Bob Evans around here. It shut down like 15 years ago, I think. 10 years ago. Yeah. It wasn't bad, though. I went there once.
It's pretty reasonable. And, the food's not bad.
Went there once for breakfast.
All right. So we're making people hungry tonight, boy. Look at that.
Yeah, I know.
We usually talk about spam.
Oh, it's Thanksgiving Eve. It's got to be food.
You can have a spam turkey. Okay. Form it. Okay. You need an artist, a sculptor to help you. But otherwise, it works.
Spam is low-key more expensive than I thought it was. I'm pretty sure I saw in the store it was pushing $2 or $2.50. I was like, man, spam.
All the meat you're getting for $2.
It's not meat though. It's gross.
It is. It is a meat byproduct. Okay. Don't be bashing on spam, Dave.
I am bashing. Although, where is actually I think Stevie B? Somebody had a spam for their little avatar picture, and I think they changed it. I think it was Stevie B back in the day.
Yeah, because it's only relevant to us on this show, right? All right, so let me throw another comic up there. Superior Carnage, annual #1, signed in silver by Colin Bunn. Suggested retail of $69.99. We have one #2 of 10 signed, and we have one available for $40.
Now, I can't speak on the annual, but this Carnage series and Superior Carnage is really cool. That is a very good read. But I didn't read the annual, so take that for what it is.
Oh, easy go lucky. Spam Masubi. You have to watch when John's back, our show.
I don't know. I don't think John's coming back. He's been on vacation for like the last 5 weeks. He's been.
Oh no, he was here on Monday.
Outside of the Monday show for Wednesday. He's been on one Wednesday show for, I think, between October and November. He's been on 1 or 2 shows. It's been a bit.
Look, I mean, I know he's going to be back. You know why? He can't watch movies all the time. He's got to break it up sometimes, right?
I don't know.
Easy go lucky. Actually, when John's here, he comes from the food business as a chef, as a blogger, as a podcaster. So I will tell you, the man can make spam masubi. He can make anything. So tune in and you can ask him about his recipe for spam masubi. Where Rupenside doesn't like the logo. I feel you there, buddy. All right. Let me see what else we got here. You know what? Let's do another cover sketch. Let's throw another one out there. All right. So we have Avenging Spider-Man #1, signed with Spider-Gwen cover sketch by Geoffrey Gwynn and Mariano Nicieza.
Oh, that's so cool.
Suggested retail of $149.99. We have the one available for $75. But yeah, so I don't think I've ever cooked turkey, to be quite honest with you. I've cooked a lot of stuff. I mean, and then there was during the pandemic, I started ordering stuff from Amazon Prime, like a cast iron skillet and stuff. And my daughter and I were trapped in the house. So, I started making a lot of stuff, but now, she's usually out. She's very rarely home. So it doesn't make much sense for me to cook,
Not worth it.
And that's how I eat so many gobblers. A spam turkey can be quick cooked with a blowtorch. Yes, AR, I used the spam thing icon for a while. Okay, it was Stevie B then.
I thought it was him.
Oh my God, too funny.
I saw a creative keep said he asked if we talked about the Eminem Spider-Man cover yet. I don't know if you know anything about that, but people are really going crazy over that right now.
No, I have not.
So they did it. I think it's Amazing Spider-Man 1. It was an exclusive cover. I don't think it was by anybody specifically, but I think it was actually only released on like Eminem's website. He did like a rap cover where he's like rapping against Spider-Man, and that was pretty cool cover. I'm not going to deny that. I think it was $35, selling for a ton of money on eBay right now. But I'll tell you what, they missed the biggest opportunity in all of opportunities. So 8 Mile, that movie that came out long ago,
right?
He rapped against Anthony Mackie, who's the Falcon. Who in their right mind decided to make that cover? Yes, he was the guy who Eminem rapped against at the very end of the movie. Who decided to make that cover? And they were like, let's do Spider-Man and not the Falcon. They literally, Falcon already rapped against them in a movie. Imagine they did a cover with him on it, like as the Falcon instead.
That would have been pretty cool.
Missed opportunity. I thought about that immediately.
Times. I didn't remember that.
I used to watch that movie all the time. I love that movie growing up.
Yeah, but I mean, that was a long time ago. So, who knows? I'm surprised Eminem didn't say something about it.
Right. I clowned him once. Let me clown him twice.
All right. Let me see. All right. So, let's throw
Clarence. Oh, man. That's the cover. Can you imagine what, like, with that cover, how did they not put Falcon on there? Like, oh my goodness. It literally happened in a movie. All they had to do was put the same person on it, just as Falcon. I even see Miles was in that cover too. Man, that is a really good cover. I wouldn't be spending like the hundreds of dollars that it's on for eBay right now, but I would. Oh, that is Daredevil in the tree too. Oh, that's so cool. I understand the hype behind it. I do. It's really cool.
All right, so let's do a Dynamite book. So we have Vampirella Strikes #7, Virgin FOC Incentive, 1-in-10 ratio, UV cover by Lucio Perillo. Suggested retail of $50, and we have the one for $19.69, the year that Vampirella first appeared.
Now, I will say one final thing about that cover before we continue on. For anyone that is interested in it, now it is selling for a lot of money on eBay. But take this into account. They just did a Biggie Smalls cover with Deadpool, and now they're doing, and John claimed the vamp.
Yeah, I got it, buddy.
Sweet. And now they're doing a Spider-Man cover with Eminem, and the Spider-Man one's selling for a ton of money, but just, kind of put your logic into it and two together. Don't spend a ton of money on it. It seems as though, they saw some success with the Biggie Smalls one. They saw a ton of success with the Eminem one. They're probably going to be doing other rappers as well. So
it makes sense.
It's not like this super, super exclusive, like a one-time thing, rapper on a cover with a hero. I think they're going to do it. They're probably going to do it so many more times with now other rappers. I can only imagine Tupac's on the list at some point. He's another rap icon legend. So, it's not limited to just that. Just hold tight.
They should probably have Kanye rapping against Red Skull.
Oh, Kanye.
Come on, man. Had to go there, bro. Had to.
I can't even laugh those jokes. I miss old Kanye so much. He was literally one of my favorite rappers for ever.
He literally has lost it. I mean, did you read today's news?
No.
He actually called up Donald Trump and asked Donald Trump to be his VP. He's announced his candidacy for president.
That I did see.
Are you serious? Donald Trump just announced he wants to run for president. I mean, but I'm yay. You know, it's just like the guy's totally out of touch with reality anymore.
I just don't. I don't even know what to think. I feel as though he's not well. Something's off, and his people, whoever his people are, if he even has any anymore, are feeding into the things he does. Like, yeah, Kanye, go do that. But I think I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I just feel like he needs help. Like somebody needs to seriously help Kanye. But maybe I'm off. Maybe I'm very wrong. But
well,
I just
it's at one point you could say it was eccentric genius. Now you can't say that, okay? Because obviously losing all of these deals and all of this money is not the sign of a logical human being. All right. So to me, yeah, clearly he's not well. There should be some sort of intervention, but it seems like that's been tried before. You know?
Well, I also think of it this way as, you know, now he's on his newest rant of whatever. I don't even know the stuff he talks about anymore. I don't. I'm a big Nets fan, and Kyrie's off his, you know, he's doing his own thing too. And I just think, you know, there's a pattern with Kanye. You know, they always talk about, oh, he's off his meds. And he comes out and says, well, they're making this stuff up about me. Well, maybe they are. Maybe you are. Who do you believe? But if you do put two and two together and you look at the things he's done in the past, he does these patterns of, I'm now on this bender. I'm going to be doing this. He's making religious music. He's calling himself a god. He wants people to follow him. And now all of a sudden he's on his new thing. And I just think someone needs to step in and just, you know, help him. I don't know. And like I said, maybe I'm very, very wrong. But
I don't think you're wrong. I saw that in the news as well, John Spilios.
What?
I don't think you're wrong. I just think that you can't help. So, you know, unfortunately, the money has become, you know, a curse for him in that sense. Nobody can help Kanye. You know, and then that's really the situation.
I don't think he doesn't want help either.
I mean, we've talked about Kyrie Irving. Nobody can win anything with Kyrie Irving. Maybe LeBron James could do it that 1 year in Cleveland, but that's it.
I don't think Kanye, or not Kanye. I don't think Kyrie is all the things that he's been saying and all the stuff that people are saying about him, like he's anti-Semitic, he's this, he's that. I don't think he actually is. I don't think he's as knowledgeable as he thinks he is on a lot of subjects. And when he says things that come off very bad, I don't think he truly believes the things that he says in the manner that people think, you know, that they think this is the way he's saying it. Another thing, I think somebody needs to step in as a manager who's not his stepmom, because he fired his manager and hired her. I don't know. I don't know.
Listen, I'm not even looking at it from that perspective. I look at it from the team, the ownership. It's been proven time and time again. Okay, he did it in Boston. He did it with the Cavs, and now he's doing it with the Nets.
Yeah.
Okay. Kyrie wants what Kyrie wants, and he acts like a spoiled child.
If
he doesn't get what he wants, then he's going to create this cancer. Okay.
Deep down, there you go. I'm sorry.
No,
I was going to say, deep down, I think Kyrie is probably an incredible human being. I think he's a very kind person. I think he goes out of his way to help a lot of people. I do. But I don't think the things he says, I don't think he understands the following that he has when he says these things, or the impact that he has on a lot of people when he makes these comments, and the very negative effects that it has on a lot of people. Because imagine your hero, your icon, says something very, very negative about sometimes like an entire group of people. And how's that going to make other people feel, you know? Like when he made all those anti-Semitic remarks, there was Jewish people who sat courtside at the Nets games with, I think it said like something about anti-Semitic shirts, and he went up and talked to them. It was like, thank you for like agreeing, or like, I'm proud that you're here. It's like, are you not registering that they're doing this because of the things you said? That's why I said I don't think he understands the things he says.
Here's my point. And again, Creative Keep, that's a good point. The internet is ruined, but we were ruined before the internet. You know what? You're right. Okay. What the internet did was it gave everybody a big bullhorn, okay, to say whatever they wanted to say. But from purely basketball standpoint with Kyrie, okay, do your job, dude. You're such a talented player. Shut your mouth and do your job. It's not your job to make these statements. You that poison that is Kyrie Irving. Okay. I don't care what anybody says about a vaccination. Okay. Whether you're pro or you're con, whatever, it doesn't matter. Dude, you get paid all this money to play basketball. Okay. They're paying you all this money. Do your job. To me, that's quite straight up, very simple.
Rex gets paid all this money to sell comics. Have we even pitched anything yet?
We have 4 comics left, Nick, so I'm trying to stretch a little bit. Okay?
I tell you what, I want to stretch with one thing. We have a lot more viewers on all the platform. So everyone, if you weren't here earlier, fill out the submission form. We're sending everyone a free signed limited edition trading card for Thanksgiving and the holidays. So if JD wouldn't mind popping up the thingamabobby, the bit.ly, and this way everybody can submit. If you bought something, it'll go with your package. If you didn't buy anything, we're putting it in an envelope with a 50-cent stamp. Hey, it's free. So fill out that submission. Offer not valid after end of live stream. Oh, that's a good point, JD. Yeah, you got to watch us live. Yeah. And you got to hit that thumbs up. Yeah. So like they always say, there's no such thing as bad publicity. If people are talking about you, they're happy. There's something to be said about that.
That's very true.
This is really cool, man. Rex, does this bring back any memories?
It most certainly does.
This is how
poly bagged and figure out how to get them signed. You got to take them out of the poly bag.
This is how Rex and I first met with the original Death of Superman.
That is true. That is true. Dan Jurgens, Jerry Ordway,
Brett Breeding,
yep,
Roger Stern,
and then Breaking a Batman as well.
Huh?
Breaking a Batman as well.
Breaking a Batman's back. My pleasure, Hugh.
Hugh, thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, hit that thumbs up, please. Share. Sharing is caring. So, for those of you who I didn't say to before, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. All right. Hugh, I'm not going to say your whole name, buddy. Sorry. As JD reminded us, this is a family show, sort of. But all right. So, you know what? Let's go to our next break. And then we'll come back. I'll do a quick Rex cap. We'll knock out the last 4 books and then talk about whatever we can think of.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.
You just finished the last episode of your favorite new show, and you just have to talk about it. But all your friends are ghosting you because of that incident last week at the buffet. Oh, you know the one. What you did to that chowder. Ugh. Keeps me up at night. So what do? Join writer Dan Wickline as he breaks down all your favorite pop culture media. Whether it's a review of the latest nerdy TV show or a dive back into the history of your favorite comic characters, Dan's ready to discuss all the hottest topics live. Join the conversation as Dan live streams Tuesday through Thursday at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. The Dan Wickline Show on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
artist. I work at Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and also my creator own work. And I'm having a great time here at Comic Con.
All right, so we're back, and Jay, that is an excellent question. Actually, I think Robbie and I covered it on one of his Friday shows, but let's get to that right after the Rex Cap. All right.
Oh yeah.
There we go. All right, Dynamite 10-pack reader set. It's just retail of $40, and as always, as a thank you to our viewers, we got it for $5, 50 cents a copy. Then we did Justice League International #1, signed by Dan Jurgens. Number 4 of 150 signed. We have one available for $19.60. Superior. All right. Next up, we have Superior Carnage Annual #1, signed in silver by Cullen Bunn, and it is number 2 of only 10 signed. We suggested retail of $69.99. We have one available for $40. Let's see. Then we had Secret Warriors #1, signed by writer Jonathan Hickman. And it is number 17 of 35 signed, and we have one available for $19.99. I forgot. X-Men #1, Dynamic Forces exclusive cover. It is a best offer book, and our buddy Marcus is in the lead at $10. And then we did Avenging Spider-Man #1, signed with Spider-Gwen cover sketch by Geoffrey Gwynn and Mariano Nicieza. Suggested retail of $149.99, and we have one available for $75. Then we did Planet Hulk #1. No claims yet, no offers yet on this one. Planet Hulk #1, signed with She-Hulk cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza. Suggested retail of $149.99. It is a best offer book starting at $50. All right, Triple B, gotcha, buddy. All right, 15 on the X-Men. Gotcha, buddy. All right, and this is a best offer starting at $50, and we're going to cap it at $149.99. Then we had Superman Special Edition number 75, CGC graded 9.
Yeah. Hold on. I think JD, if he's the one behind the camera or the back tonight, I think he's right. That's definitely Gamora.
Oh, you might be right. Hey, throw that back up. Yeah, you're right. It is Gamora.
I was gonna say I noticed that earlier, and then he said something, and I was like, yeah, I think he's definitely right. But I wasn't.
In the future, JD, just jump on, man, and say, hey, that's Gamora on the Planet Hulk. All right. So we're all right. So that is Gamora. My bad. Best offer starting at $50. So then we had Superman Special Edition number 75, CGC graded, guaranteed 9.8, and as a best offer, Marcus is in the lead at 35. And then finally, the giveaway tonight is Future State, the next Batman #1, CGC graded 9.8. All you got to do is throw up in the chats hashtag RexCapEXP, all lowercase. I'm going to throw in one more book, and then I think that was a good topic that, what was it, Jay, I think, brought it up. Batman Prelude to the Wedding, Red Hood versus Anarchy, #1, signed in silver by Tim Seeley. Number 6 of 60 signed. Suggested retail of $69.99. It is a best offer book starting at $19.39, and that's my bad. I missed that best offer. All right, so that is a bargain for Tim Seeley, signed in silver. All right, so are people getting sick of superhero movies, and are other movies not getting made? I think that I agree. I think somebody threw up there that other movies are getting made, but they're not. They're going almost directly to streaming because the superhero movies are taking always the top 10 slots. I don't know. I mean, we talked about this in various ways. In terms of MCU, is it saturated? Obviously, there was a change at the head from Chapek to Iger again.
I saw that.
Iger tends to be more of the creative guy in the past, so we'll see what happens. Marcus, you're right. Smile was a hit.
Smile was really good.
Yeah. So maybe but I feel like it's less. I feel like there are less non-superhero movies. People have brought up Top Gun. Top Gun is a little bit different because Top Gun is nostalgia, I think. All right, so Ed Weird says he's in burnout mode. All right, so I don't know. I mean, certainly there's been a lot coming out, so you do feel kind of that oversaturation that we're sort of all kind of feeling, a little fatigue maybe. But it doesn't mean they can't bring it back. But you get worried about non-superhero films. Are they getting made at the same frequency that they were? I don't know. So Barbarian as well. Marcus brought up a Barbarian. But I don't know.
I think my opinion is I don't think it's exactly burnout because people keep asking for more stuff. And, this is exactly what people wanted. You get the TV shows, you get the movies. Right. I think the problem is it's none of it's really good. It almost feels completely rushed. The scripts are bad. Speaking for some of the TV shows, the CGI looks really rough, and it looks rough in some of the movies like Thor. She-Hulk had some rough CGI moments. And I get, maybe that's not in the budget, but at the same time, it's also Disney, Marvel. They make a ton of money, so CGI shouldn't exactly be a problem for funding. But
the problem is, I from what I read, the companies that do that work, the graphics for all that, the special effects, they're overloaded because there's so much coming out.
There's a lot.
So I don't, and it's not something you can just like pull somebody off. Hey, you want to be a CGI guy? Even if you did that, there's tons of training that has to go into that. So. I don't know. Marcus,
but that aside, though, I mean, maybe I'm in the minority on this one, but the CGI stuff, it doesn't really bother me. Like, I don't look at that and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, the CGI is terrible. Like, I can't watch that crap. Like, it's garbage. If there's a good story with really good acting, that's all you need. And the shows do not have that at all. There's no continuity in the shows. It's almost as if a lot of these shows are meaningless. And I don't need every single thing to just be this big picture MCU. But I thought the logic was when they started doing these shows that it was going to be all these, like, treat the shows as like a tie-in. For the comic books. You've got these shows. It's a little side story. It's a good story, but it leads to something
like
bigger.
The post-credit scenes now. They've blown it into an entire series.
And these shows, they're really not good. They're not putting it. It feels as though there's no effort. It's like Marvel, Disney knows, like, all right, we make a ton of money. People are like, Moon Knight. Oh yeah, put it on there. They're gonna watch it no matter what. And that's exactly what happens. They watch it anyway. And yeah, everyone, or not everybody, but a lot of people did complain about it. I feel like everyone complained about She-Hulk. People do like it, but more people than more people tend to complain about that. Same thing with Miss Marvel, even though I really loved Miss Marvel. These shows don't really lead to anything bigger. And a lot of them outside of Miss Marvel didn't even really feel like an origin story. I mean, She-Hulk was just like this sitcom that had almost nothing to do with anything. It's like every episode was something different. They brought in small cameos.
I enjoyed She-Hulk, and I think you put it best. You have to take it for what it is. And it's a superhero sitcom. And Marcus, I agree with that too. Marvel Phase 1, we had no expectations, right? Now you're at a point after Endgame that you got a lot of expectations. And if it's not good, people will tell you about it almost immediately.
I think the reason I truly think the reason people care is maybe even continuity aside. it's not a well-told story. Nothing feels developed. Everything feels rushed, and it's almost as if you're watching it like, man, they've really thought that somebody was going to like this, like just because we're Marvel fans, just because I feel like I keep going back to Moon Knight, but you're a Moon Knight fan, so you're going to love this. And it's bad. And Creative Keep said I never read She-Hulk comics was that good. She-Hulk comics are really not that bad. I haven't read every single thing. And I do think that they hit the nail on the head with how her character is in the She-Hulk comics. Like she killed it. She was absolutely the best part about the show, just like Oscar Isaacs was for Moon Knight. But it was so poorly written. And people see that stuff. It's like the same people who make YouTube content and they just put out a video because they think they're somebody and they're like, yeah, people are going to watch that anyway. People see through that. They see there's no effort. They see that you don't actually care about what you're saying. You're doing it because you have a large following and, you just expect people to like you for, who you are now. But people want like you to be genuine. They want you to just, show that you care about the product you're putting out. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if it follows maybe a slight comic book story or just the effort is there, and it just feels like with these TV shows, there is no effort anymore. It's just put it out there, call it a day.
Right. So Stevie B is talking about the new Spielberg kind of biographical movie. I think it's called Fablemans or something like that. Yeah, that looks real interesting. And again, now talking about CGI, Indiana Jones 5 is coming out soon. And from what I hear,
another one.
Opening scene is during World War II. So they digitally de-age Harrison Ford. So I'm interested to see that. Yeah, no, I know what you mean where Rubenstein, it didn't quite hit the mark, but you can't just measure box office because obviously Thor: Love and Thunder did well at the box office.
Oh God, that movie's so bad.
And we all hated the Screaming Goats, so I don't know. All right, so let me get to the last 4 books here.
One final thing I gotta say, only because JD chimed in with the Moon Knight thing. I feel as though, even though like with the story, Oscar Isaacs killed it. He was just grade A. Everything. The actor, all the actors, they did their best, and actresses, they did the best they could with the script. Right. There was so much back and forth. My problem that I had with the actual show was that it felt as though there was no true the plot was kind of all over the place. They gave a little bit of not an origin story, but they went in the beginning, they're trying to set everything up, and then they kind of went completely different where they're diving into another character's mindset, and then they finally went back to the beginning where they wanted to wrap everything up with the villain. And it just maybe it just needed more episodes. That probably, realistically, that's probably it. And that's why everyone was like, these shows need more episodes. They need this. And that's when they went with the She-Hulk route. But that's when they did the sitcom. So I agree with you. I complain about it because it was only 6 episodes and it felt very rushed. But I think if they did maybe 8, what did She-Hulk do? 8, 9? Did they do 8? I think if they did 8 or 9, that really would have brought the story together a little bit better. And that end fight that they skipped over, that did it for me. That was a wrap after they skipped over like everything that they've been building up for. That's all I had to say.
No, I would tend to agree with that. All right, so let's get to the last 4 books. So we have Invincible Iron Man number 600, signed by Brian Michael Bendis. Suggested retail of $69.99. It is number 5 of 175 signed. We have one available for $50. And Bendis is an increasingly tough signature to get.
That is true.
All right. So then we have Captain America number 695, signed with Toad cover sketch by Joe Del Biano and Mariano Nicieza. Suggested retail of $149.99. And we have the one available for $75. All right. And then we have Avengers number 1, signed with Black Panther tribute cover sketch by Ken Hazer. And I still haven't seen that yet. So, but I don't know. I've heard different reviews. Some people really loved it. Some people were meh. So this one is suggested retail of $89.99, and we have the one available for $50.
That's true what Jay said too. Something different for everybody, and that's why comic books are so awesome as well. Something for everybody.
Right. All right. And final book of the night, Siren's Gate #2, Virgin FOC incentive cover, 1:10 ratio by Ali Garza and Francesco Segala.
Cool cover.
Retail of $50, and we have the one available for $19.99. That is a cool cover.
I mean, look at Miss Marvel. I actually really enjoyed Miss Marvel. That's probably one of my, not my favorite show, but it's definitely up there.
I think I remember you telling us you were surprised.
I couldn't believe how much I actually liked it. I thought Iman, I don't even know how to say her last name. I hope I even said her first name right. But Iman, whatever, she killed it as Miss Marvel. She did a wonderful job. The ending, like most of the shows, I thought the ending was bad, but that's because they wanted to do too much. They could have saved that for like a season 2 type of thing.
Right.
And I know most people, almost everybody I talked to, hated Miss Marvel, but it worked for me. I'm a big fan of that character, though.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, there's so much coming out that not everything can be great. So there, there is a kind of a saturation issue, I think. I don't know, I'm very positive that they decided to put James Gunn in the position of a Kevin Feige over at DC. He's done a lot of great things. I mean, he took a third-rate title, Guardians of the Galaxy, and turned it into one of the most popular movies in the MCU. Peacemaker was phenomenal. Okay, when we talk about it.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, I actually signed up for HBO, so I can.
Okay.
I finally
you gotta watch Peacemaker, dude, and I want to get your review because I thought that was phenomenal. You took him from a movie, Suicide Squad, which by everyone's admission was a failed movie. Failed to the point where you made one and then you made it again, and then Gunn took Peacemaker, okay, a marginal character, and turned it into something phenomenal. So I'm very, very optimistic that he's going to be able to do something that the DC universe has kind of missed. Hey, Kenneth, happy Thanksgiving to you as well, my friend.
Yeah, buddy. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you for watching tonight, and be safe, and I hope you have a great Thanksgiving, my friend. All right, so is it time? It's time for the Rex Cap again. All right, and everybody remember, even if you did not purchase anything, go ahead and fill out the submission form, and everybody that watches tonight will go ahead. But you got to do it before the show ends. We'll get a limited edition signed trading card. All right, even if you didn't buy anything. All right, and here we go. Oh, and final reminder, because we're going to draw the free gift soon. It's Future State, the next Batman #1, CGC graded 9.8. And we'll do that as soon as best offers end at 7:55. Yeah, Jay Burns, me too, dude. I love the little dance thing with Peacemaker. That was phenomenal. All right, so here we go. Last Rex Cap of the night. Dynamite 10-pack reader set, 10 random Dynamite titles, $40 retail or higher overall, and we have it for $5, 50 cents a copy. Justice League International #1, signed by Dan Jurgens. Number 4 of 150 signed, we have one available for $19.60. Then we had Superior Carnage Annual #1, signed in silver by Cullen Bunn. Suggested retail of $69.99. It is number 2 of 10, and we have one available for $40. And then we had X-Men #1, Dynamic Forces exclusive cover. It is a best offer book, and currently Triple B is in the lead at $15. Then we did Batman Prelude to the Wedding, Red Hood versus Anarchy #1, signed in silver by Tim Seeley. Suggested retail of $69.99. It is number 6 of 60, and we have one available for, it's a best offer book, starting at $19.39. And then we had Secret Warriors #1, signed by writer Jonathan Hickman. Tough signature to get these days. It is number 17 of 35 signed. We have one available for $19.99. Then we did Invincible Iron Man #600, signed by Brian Michael Bendis. Suggested retail of $69.99, and it is we have one available. It is a 5-star at $50 book, and Bendis is a tough signature to get. Yeah, me too, Sheldon. And then we had Avenging Spider-Man #1 signed with Spider-Gwen, cover sketch by Geoffrey Gwynn and Mariana Nicieza. Suggested retail of $149.99, and we have one available for $75. Then we had Captain America #695 signed with Toad, cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza. Suggested retail of $149.99, and we have one available for $75. Then we had Planet Hulk #1 signed with Gamora, cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza. Suggested retail $149.99. It is a best offer book starting at $50. If Lars Man was here, I know he'd pick that right up. All right. So then we had Avengers #1 signed with Black Panther tribute cover sketch by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of $89.99. We have the one available for $50. And then we had Superman Special Edition #75, CGC graded, guaranteed 9.8. Suggested retail of $99.99. It is a best offer book, and Marcus is in the lead at $35. And then we did Sirens Gate #2, Virgin FOC incentive cover, 1:10 ratio by Ali Garza and Francesco Segala. Suggested retail of $50, and we have one available for $19.99. And that is the recap for pre-Thanksgiving Eve. Well, Preston, yeah, that's true too. Okay, you think about all the really bad Marvel movies, the Roger Corman movies. I mean, oh my God, the Roger Corman FF. It's definitely just Jake, just put free sign card. There you go. Keep it nice and simple. Yeah, Creative Keep. Yeah, that Planet Hulk is smoking. And Preston brings up an excellent point. It's like it's like your phone these days. Back when I was growing up, with the dial phone, it wasn't even the plastic ones. Creative Keep, you got it, buddy. It was it was one of the old metal ones. It felt like you were going to cut your finger off while you were trying to dial the number. And now I can get everything off of my phone, So it's like you kind of forget. So we're so saturated with so much stuff now that yeah, we're complaining. I get it. I understand where the logic comes from, but I'm optimistic. With so much pumping out. For example, I will tell you that Hawkeye will become my new diehard, and I'll be watching it soon because of the season. To me, it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, I'll probably rewatch it as well. Hawkeye was really good.
But just like, I forget who said it, but I'm really curious of your reaction to Peacemaker.
I'll get to it eventually.
Hey, JD, as soon as somebody buys it for me, I will wear it. I promise. I think that was in the is that a next week's caption for the show?
Rex cap.
You saw today's caption, right?
Yeah, I did.
Was going to make a Ghostbusters reference, but AR wouldn't get it.
I've seen Ghostbusters. I love Ghostbusters. It's been a long time. Yeah.
The original? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Just making sure.
It's been a very long time since I've seen it, but I grew up on all of those movies.
I just feel like those kind of movies don't happen anymore. You know what I mean?
No, they absolutely don't. Movies
it feels like that everything is superhero or a throwback. Top Gun, Ghostbusters, every version of it. Indiana Jones 5,
Yeah, there's not many. I feel like there's not many good movies anymore. Like there just really isn't. And the conversation earlier was like, oh, like there's so many superhero movies that other people aren't putting out the movies because they go straight to streaming, blah, blah, blah. But that's because a lot of it's literally not good. It's poorly written. Maybe their budget isn't high. The actors, actresses, it's just not good. But I will say, Smile I thought was very good. I wasn't a huge fan of the ending though. Ending was all right, but overall definitely kept me going. It was good. I'm excited to watch. Someone else said Barbarian. I want to try that one out too.
That as well.
I saw it on some sort of streaming service. I think maybe it was HBO.
I think it is.
Stevie
B. Yes, I've exiled Rudolph, but if you watch Nick's show on Friday at 7 p.m., the original art show, Rudolph might come back because he's safe then because I'm not here. Yeah, it just feels like original content. The studios are trying to fit a formula. And it's just kind of, go back to what works, and it doesn't work sometimes, it just doesn't. So, we'll see what happens. I will watch Indiana Jones 5, but we'll see what happens.
I probably won't.
I will, because I grew up with Harrison Ford. I actually saw Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark in the movie theaters. When it came out, and somebody told me it was, one of my friends saying, you got to go watch it. It's the greatest movie ever. And I went and watched it, Harrison Ford coming off of Star Wars fame. It was fantastic.
Now, I don't know if it was actually confirmed. I wanted to look it up, but is Harrison Ford actually confirmed for Thaddeus Ross, like Red Hulk?
I don't know. I read about that as well, but I don't know. I don't know if it's confirmed. If any of the viewers out there read something that confirms it, let us know.
Now, I haven't seen Harrison Ford lately, but I don't know how old he is, but I know he's getting up there.
It says yes, he is. He's confirmed.
How old is he?
He's old.
July 13th, he turned 80 years old. So he's 80 years old.
Yeah, he's old.
He
was 40. He was in his late 30s, 40s when he made Star Wars, dude.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe not 40. I know he was definitely 40 when Indiana Jones started. But I think he was in the late 30s or something like that, because both Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill were very young. So he was like the old guy on set.
Man, now I don't know if he would have. Now I think Harrison Ford would be a fantastic Thunderbolt, Thaddeus Ross, Red Hulk, but I just think he's missed the mark by.
Well, let's see. Wait a minute. Let's see.
Yeah.
Because they digitize him and make him younger in Indy 5.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens. Granted, it hasn't always worked. Yeah, you're right, CJ. He did start late. Harrison Ford did start his career late. He was 33 in Star Wars, Jade.
Wow. 35 in A New Hope.
But in Tron, obviously it didn't work very well. But we'll see. All right, so JD, spin it, buddy. Let's see who wins the CGC. And the winner is, oh man, it's our buddy Hugh. So Hugh, oh my God, I can't even. So Hugh, go ahead and fill out the submission form, and make sure to include your ship to address, and we'll send your prize out to you, my friend. Yeah, weird. You sure did, buddy. You sure did. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. So thank you everybody for joining us today. I want to wish everybody a safe and happy Thanksgiving. Give your loved ones a hug. You never know. That's
Hugh.
I gotta tell you, man. Thank you so much.
Marcus, you saw Marcus.
Oh my God. I don't know if he's even still watching anymore.
Oh yeah, Hugh's right there.
Is he there?
Oh,
there we go. Yes, awesome. It's been now, I think we've been doing this, I guess we're coming up on a year and a half now. And again, when we started, we had no idea what direction it was going to take. It's evolved into this great community, and you guys are the best. Thank you so much for supporting us and watching the show. Again, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you to Alec for
you,
jumping
guys.
on after we started being part of the show. It's been great having him. It's been great having Robbie around as well. Alec, have a very, very fun, safe Thanksgiving with your family.
I hope you have a good one as well.
Yeah, I think mine's riskier than yours, but we'll find out what happens. And again, thank you everyone for being part of this. I really appreciate it. All right, so have a great and non-food poison Thanksgiving. You got it, CJ. Everybody, thank you. See you guys Monday. Remember, Nick will be on Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern for his original art show. 4 giveaways, and there should be some great Black Friday deals there as well. All right, be safe, everyone. See you Monday.
Thank you, guys.
Get the inside scoop on everything happening at the experience every week. Join our mailing list by scanning the QR code at the bottom of the screen and then watching your email inbox.